Hi, welcome to Chess Basics presented by Heka. Today's topic covers Q&A on chess basics. I'm going to start my session with a quote on learning. Live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. This is a quote from a great person. Let's see who can guess the person. In the last video, I have posted 10 interesting questions. 8 questions on chess pieces and moves and 2 questions on chess notations. I am going to announce 2 names at the end of the video. They are the one who cracked the answers for the questions posted in the last video. Keep your fingers crossed until the announcement. As I said in the beginning, this video is about Q&A. I'm going to provide the answers in this video for the questions I posted in the last video, and I am also going to explain how I derived those answers. So question number 1. Can we promote a pawn to queen when we already have a queen? So what I'm asking is, can we have more than one queen while we play? The answer is yes. We can have more than one queen, and we can have as many as 9 queens in a game, because you have 8 pawns. If you promoted all 8 pawns to queen, then it becomes 8 queens, and you may already have one queen with you. So at a maximum you can have 9 queens in your game, but practically that's not usually possible, right? So you can have more than one queen in the game. Question number 2. Can we promote pawn to another pawn? No, we cannot. It's an illegal move in the chess. If you think logically, pawn can move only in forward direction. When it reaches the end of the chessboard, it cannot move further. So it comes to a standstill. Also, pawn can only strike diagonally forward. It cannot strike backwards or sidewards. So when you reach the end of the chessboard, practically you can't move, you can't strike. It's a dead pawn. So that's why that pawn promotion is not accepted. Question number 3, 4 and 8 is about castling. Question number 3. Can I move 2 powers in one step? Yes. During castling, both king and rook are moved in one step. But other than castling, at no other point of time, we can move 2 powers at the same time. Question number 4. Which power other than knight can jump over another power? King as well as rook both can jump over each other during castling. As you may know, there are 2 types of castling possible. One is the king side, the other is the queen side. In both the castlings, the king and the rook cross over each other. So that's called jumping. Hence the answer is yes. In one situation during the castling, king and rook can jump over. Question number 8. Can king move 2 steps at any point of time? The answer is yes. King can move 2 steps during castling. Question 5 and 6 is about unique characteristics of knight. Question 5. Other than pawn, which piece can be used for opening the game? Only knight can be used to open the game other than pawn, as all the other powers are blocked by the 8 pawns in front of it, whereas knight is the only power which can jump over the pawn in the first step and can become an opening step. Just to give a tip here, people win games with the knight. Knight jumps all over the place and difficult to control. and if you know its power, you can win the game. Question number 6. Why can't you move other powers in the first step? I think I just answered the question. Except for knight, which can jump, none of the power can move forward because there is a pawn in front of it. Question number 7. Oh my god, this is a tough one. Why should someone want to convert their pawn into knight instead of a queen during promotion? Most of the players who wants to convert their powers, they will convert it into queen because that's the powerful out of all the powers. But there are cases, situations in which you need to convert that into a knight or a rook or a bishop. I'm going to demonstrate this in the chessboard step by step. In this scenario, white pieces are left with rook and pawn and black is left with queen. If you see the board, you might think black is in the winning position and has better power than white. Let's say white has to make the first move. The player decided to convert the pawn into queen in this case, as usually others does. But as you can see, this would result in queen getting exchanged between white and black. And finally, white would be left with just rook and king, whereas black will be left with king. Let's now try to see what happens if we convert our pawn into knight during promotion. Wow, converting the pawn to knight is a great step because it poses a check to king as well as it attacks the queen at the same time. Black is now forced to move the king to save the game, which will result in losing the queen. Now the white will be left with rook as well as knight at the end of the game. This is a better situation than converting it into a queen. The chances of white winning the game is now brighter than before. Hence the lesson here is do not rush to go for a maximum power during promotion. Think and make a wise decision. Question number 9 is on the chess notations. I have provided some screenshots and asked you to write down these steps in the form of chess notation. For the first question, white bishop from c6 striking the black bishop on d7, posing a check to the black king. This is actually represented with the notation bxd7 plus. B represents bishop, x represents strike, d7 is the position bishop moved to, and plus indicates the check. So the answer is bxd7 plus. Moving on to the next question. This one is a very tough question and nobody has answered it. In this step, knight is in g5 position, which needs to move to e4 position. Typically, you would write this position as ne4. But this will not tell you which knight moved to e4 position, whether it's ng5 or ng3 knight. We can try to use the knight's position where it started from. Let's say I use the knight starting column position. I could represent the notation as nge4. But this also would not work or solve the problem because both the knights are from column G. The knight from ng5 as well as knight from ng3. The last option to use is the row position rather than the column position. So I can represent this as n5 e4. In this case, it clearly represents the knight is from 5th row is moving to e4 position and there is only one knight in the 5th row. So finally the answer is n5 e4. With this I have come to the end of the session. Now it's time to announce the winners. The person who answered the most question, 9 out of 10, is SD Entertainer. The best attempt award goes to Kavin Creations. Congratulations to both the winners. Thanks for watching the video. Please share, subscribe and like and put your comments on the video, and don't forget to press the bell button. Thank you.